There's a lot of talk about things being free testing, free vaccines, free medications, free food, free childcare, free medicine, free phones. I mean, the Obama phone was a big thing that it was called, or known as, I should say. Free this, free that. How are things free? And who pays for that? Well, things aren't free. Nothing really is free unless it's a charitable kind of ordeal. Anything that comes from the government's not free. Anything that comes from a company, more or less, is not free. So how are things free? Let's think about this. So testing's free, drugs are free, medicine's free. We'll go on that. No. So how is that free? Who's paying for that? Well, you go and get a test. There's employees there that are doing the test, facilitating the test, drawing the blood, doing whatever they need to do from the customer. And then they're sending whatever they need to into a lab. There's employees at a lab that work at the lab to do what needs to be done to test whatever it is that was sent into them. And then that has to facilitate and get back to the consumer, you or another person. All that takes time and money, but it's free. Who pays for that? Well, how it works, for the most part, is it works off stimulus. Stimulus. Same with the Obama phones, same with free childcare, same with free food stamps, that kind of stuff. It mainly nowadays is working off a stimulus ordeal, just like the one that is being proposed from the people in the White House, another $1.8 trillion. And they got some fancy name, Save the Puppies Before It Rains, or Save the Rain from the Puppies. That's not the name of it, but it's that kind of happy, friendly, we're going to do this to make things great stimulus. Anyways, from that, the stimulus is there, and who gets it? Well, besides a big chunk goes to the cronies and the people at top, the elites, the politicians' friends, the one who's scratched their back now. They're getting their backs scratched through the stimulus. And then what's left are crumbs. Well, of the crumbs, basically, is you're getting a little bit back of what was stolen from you. So if stimulus is $1.8 trillion, I haven't worked the numbers, but let's say it worked out to be, over $5,000, over $6,000 per every man, woman, and child. Maybe you qualify for $2,000 of it. So let's say that's $4,000 less that you have and your children have, and your spouse has, or your parents have, each. So if there's four of you, it's $16,000 less than you guys all have because it was taken from you in the form of a stimulus bill package. And it's not just taken out of your pockets, out of your bank accounts. It's taken by the amount that you can purchase, the purchasing power that the dollars that you hold and have, the purchasing power that they're worth, the value that they have, the value that they can purchase things with. That's how it's stolen from you. So, how things are free is, let's say we got a stimulus bill there, and the big thing in there is free testing is part of it, or free shots, or free medication. Well, who's going to get a big chunk of it is the pharma, for sure, for their whatever they're creating, whether it's vaccines or it's a medication or whatever. They get a huge chunk of it, billions of dollars. And who else does is hospitals and doctors' offices and that kind of stuff. They get a huge chunk of it also. So, because they're getting these billions of dollars, that's what's paying to facilitate all these tests and all the people interacting with other people to get the medications, to provide the services. You're not paying for it right there, even though you paid for it out of your purchasing power that was stolen from you when the stimulus package or bill was passed and put into place, when pharma and the elites and the hospitals and the doctors' offices and that kind of stuff all got billions of dollars each to provide these services for quote-unquote free, which it's not free, but that's how they get it to you guys to say, hey, this is a good thing. I got to hop on board with this because the government's, it's providing. It's the best thing to have government involved because they provide. Well, on that note, government has no money. They have zero, zilch, nada. Government has not 1 cent. What they do have is what they've taken from somebody else to give to another person, or what they've taken from somebody to give back a little bit. But other than that, the government has no money. They have the power of influence, they have a power of force to take, to steal, and then people, they prepackage and people believe that the government has all this money. The government has an endless supply of funds to do all these great things, how they're presented, when the government has no money. Other than the government being indebted, which they are beyond belief, the government has no money. In order for them to get money, they have to steal it. And where do they steal it from? The citizens. So they steal a bucket load and give just crumbs back to the people they've stolen it from as they're dispersing it to the other elites, the ones who are deserving in their opinion, their minds, and the ones who are on board with all these programs and all this push for the stimulus, whether that be companies, corporations, whether that be your Facebook, your YouTube, your Twitter, or your medical agencies, your hospitals, your pharma companies, all these things. So that's how things are packaged and given to people, known as free, when they're really not free. So you need to wake up, you need to realize this. Please do a little research and come to the realization that government has no money. You're getting something from the government. It's not a good thing. It is anything but a good thing. So that's how things are packaged as free. I just wanted to make people aware and get this out there and say, hey, look into this a little bit. Maybe a realization will overcome and people will put a stop to all these politicians doing all these stimulus bills, all these stimulus packages, as they're packaged and pushed out there as great things. And they're anything but. They're horrendous and horrible things. Nothing good comes from them whatsoever, period. End of story. Again, I hit the like button. If you like this, please share this. As always, thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, protect yourself, protect your health, protect your family, and protect your wealth.